Joyful Christian Hermit. I've tried like 4 videos today, and the phone keeps turning off without me noticing it. Or this last one, I have to try to sit differently in the bed, and it hurt my lumbar too much and my kidneys too much with pain. But I want to show you, so we'll just hope this stays on. Gonna have a new way of communicating, of just little short things. I talked about Gregory of Narek in depth, and then that's not going to be posted. I'll just do little bits about him, I guess. Same, I'm not going to talk about Mary much. I already have figured out what's best for me and leave it at that, and everybody will find his or her way. I'm more with Gregory of Narek on the Virgin Mary and relating with her. Think with my heart, and I've moved my statue of Rosa Mystica in the bed, the Virgin Mary, mystical rose. This is Acer macrophyllum, Mocha Rose. A couple days ago, this didn't even have these big bulges. I just had the little tiny, but look, it's blooming. Yeah, hold this still so you can see. Is that ever gorgeous? And then here is this. See, I have to face it. I may not. This is just the start of the new little leaf. Mocha Rose, Acer macrophyllum, and the Eskimo sunset in back is pseudoplatanus, Acer pseudoplatanus Eskimo sunset. But this is just a gorgeous tree here, isn't it beautiful? And the leaves will get huge and green, and then with a little tint to them, but mostly green in the summer. Then in the fall, they'll get mocha looking. Even the trunk, I never did cut that off. I don't mind. This I will cut off, that one that's going straight up. You don't want to get too many branches going inside, growing into the tree. So that center one might come out there, but that little one sticking out. But I'll see. It's not too overloaded, but a tree needs air blowing through it. So you have to prune Japanese maples or any kind of Acer that is a different cultivar that needs space and air. So one of these days I'll come out without the dogs in this hand and show you how to prune a tree, and see like one of these or something but this isn't a bad one either. It's not big enough to be too crowded yet. I've kept this cleaned out. So on the inside, you don't want to have too many branches crisscrossing going inward. Let light in, let air in. It's just like us. You know, if we kept socks on all the time and didn't open our little toes up and clean them out, yuck. I'll give you a graphic description. Ruth's red back there could use a little bit. They're still not bad. They aren't that old, but some grow voraciously. And but over here, this one I've already pruned some out, but it could use more. You see, it's filling in now, so I'll come in here, but I already cleaned out some of this inner. I'll see if there's some others that could use it, but some of these here, like this one, could be removed. This little branch here, and it's a little bit too heavy on the outer even. Uh-oh. Here comes Lovey. Trouble. Can't hold on. No, come on. Let's go. Other dogs are well trained, but they let their dogs off leashes and then they can tend to come here. But usually that neighbor, their dog doesn't come down. He's very good. But I can't. I had bad news yesterday. Something found and with my back, and then also I know what's causing my memory issues It's the pain, definitely. The pharmacist told me, oh yes, oh yes. Somebody had told me it might be my pain meds. People with their ideas. And of course, with me, I immediately worry then. So, no, it's not anything to do with the meds. The meds make me alert and help me. And now I won't worry about it. I tried to not take many because I was concerned it was causing the memory thing, even though that's because somebody told me. That's probably it. It might even been pain doctor saying that might. No, it wasn't him. Oh, it was that GP, Dr. Duffer, I call him. The one that didn't help me at all when I was so sick last winter. So I planted the Phillips Golden Tears there, and I have to stake it up already. But and I'm going to leave Frankie Boy there. I'm thinking of putting this down in here somewhere, or bringing a different one down, a low to the ground one maybe, or anyway, considering. I'd like a little touch of red down. Oh, that is a red rose there, but I'd like something here. If I wanted, I would like to try and I have it, the only green dissectum Japanese maple that can take full sun, but the other one didn't do well, so I just don't want to risk it. But so I did that. I'm still deciding if I'm going to just leave this here, this one here, or move it. I'm not going to take it back. She said I only paid like $26 for it. And it has beauty to it, even though it's not at all an Omarica Picea pendula bruns. But it's happy there. Or I could plant that there. I have another spot for that, though, in the back. But that would be lovely here, except it's very... And if I put something like that there, I could put these things here. These are the cannas. But these just come in the summer and bloom. I've got to get these planted. And it's a big enough chunk. I'm going to take some out. I have a few in the little bag. So I'll put 2 plantings of those. I did indeed remove the clematis. It's in the pot there to the right. Lovey, no. And I put in a clematis instead that is going to have huge drama white blooms. That clematis I will plant in the other arbor on the other end. This, I'm thinking of putting this very narrow, upright Japanese maple, Pinus parviflora, Japanese pine, Japanese white pine, right here. Let me get my switch this read. I already forget what this one's called. I think it's a short name. It's a Tokyo dwarf, and let that grow up there, because in the winter, see, there's nothing there. That would be a nice touch up against that side of the garage. Lovey, come on, Mercy. This is the little green that it is a waterfall. It should handle full sun, but I'm not risking it. The other one didn't make it, so it did the first year and the second year not, so not gonna do it. Still have some of these that are gonna go away, and I have to go back. But I thought we think we need to water, but I'm gonna plant all these little tomato plants and stuff with the dogs here in a little bit. Just briefly about Gregory of Narek. This I might take back. I like it, but I'm gonna see if I can find some smaller. I had a bunch of these the first year, but they didn't do well, obviously. So I don't know if it's worth planting it again, planting one like it. So getting there. This is going back, definitely. Don't need that. And possibly that other red one will go back. And but finding out from the pharmacist that pain, especially arachnoiditis, he said, It has such high pain, and it increases that it actually alters the structure of the brain. I guess we'll walk around in back, and no, we better close the door before I do that, because if I go in the back door and then forget, the dogs run out the front. They did that the other day. I'm having to accept my memory issues and deal with it. But he said yes. And so I looked it up. Sure enough, I even looked up arachnoiditis with brain and memory. And it's the brain fog. It affects the emotions. It affects the structure of the brain. It affects cognition, learning, remembering, definitely, blackouts, and brief things, long issues, words, being befuddled, confused. This is really liking it here. I need to move this over a little more. This is baby eyes. It's a rose mallow called baby eyes. And it's slow to grow, but to come out, but it blooms in the summer, then big blooms. Likes moisture. Everything here is just going great. And this thing tipped over. I got to get this in the ground. This will get larger, but I can keep it small. Aga shitsusakusawa. I had one of those back in the Midwest that was large. So and I can change. I already said I could move rosemary someplace else. For now, it's nice there, but this thing is coming out. I decided, and I can put angel falls here, or I could put that little short stubby thing that is not a Picea omerica, pendula bruns, here, and move it back. If I put angel falls here, I'll move it back a little bit, or I could have, it's going to stay narrow, that I have space back. Since it's narrow, I'll have space to either put a Japanese maple behind it or in front, something more delicate and small. So that's a thought right there. This I am definitely, it's been time. I'm going to cut out the dead, give it some fertilizer. It needs some help. It's struggling. So I'm not going to wait longer for it to waste energy of its own. I know what that's like, to push what energy it has out on those limbs, to have like one little bloom. There's one little bloom, one little leaf out there. I don't know if I mentioned, I showed you the sparkly before. It should really grow faster than what it is, but probably just is gonna take off at some point once it feels like it, have a growth spurt. But it's done miraculously well, considering it was about 6 inches tall when I got it 6 years ago. I think it was about 4 years at least was when it was real tiny. I'm still thinking about Chief Joseph, but I'm thinking of taking Goldilocks and bringing it down here, right down there, right behind that clump of perennial that has no blooms on it yet, just to the right of the rose bush. I could move Banshosho, but I'm going to take that other tree out, this here, this Cedrus deodora. That I could put in front. It's very slow growing, but I'll put a yellow one here. But I re-poisoned these this morning, all those weeds that root around. So I did do something, but it's stunning to read about the brain. There's an abstract, a study, 2024. So at least they're still doing some studies that affect arachnoiditis and brain and things, and all that happens to it. So at least I know, and I will not be thinking, oh, I can't take a pain pill, I have to suffer all this extra pain. That just makes it worse, makes the brain and the memory worse. So at least I know that. I cleaned up some of the piles of stuff here yesterday. I don't know how I'm going to manage if I can't get more out of my body than this, but except just to keep going. Just keep going. But yeah, this is the pseudo-platinous Eskimo sunset is the official name of this one. I still just, oh, look how those, see the ones yesterday, I don't think there's any more plain buds anymore. Like yesterday we had one that was still there. Gregory of Narek, oh, so that was one thing. The other thing is that the physical therapist, I said, why don't we work on my back? We had not worked on my back, just my knee and my neck all the time, and see if it's the back causing, my upper mid back causing my left arm and shoulder, because it was so horrific last night. I thought I was either going to have to end it or get EMS and get an injection, get me taken to the hospital and get an injection, steroid or something in that back upper left muscle or something that's so flared from pain, nerve pain. But my arm gets horrific. Last night was the worst ever. I'm okay if I'm up walking around, but I can't just stay that way. I changed my pillow positioning, and that's why I was trying earlier today to use this wedge thing, but then that got my lumbar hurting too much because I wasn't reclining enough. So I don't know how to deal with this. I called the pain doctor's office this morning and begged. I've never asked for anything and reminded them of that. If I could come in and he just inject it. He did it 2 years ago. It took him 3 minutes. No, have to wait till an appointment next week on Wednesday when he does his injections. Cruel. It was cruel. I explained just how horrific. Well, you'll have to go to the ER. Well, how do I get there? I'll have to call EMS. I can't drive when I'm in that kind of pain. It was excruciating pain. Sobbing and not capable, not coping pain kind of pain. So I don't know. We'll just have to deal with it and love. Pray first, love, and forgive, and then live my life. And how I'd get back after EMS getting me there. My neighbor's not here. Maybe Sean could get me. Depends on what time I'd go. Or I used ice packs last night. That helped. But it just, I'm getting sleep deprived from all that. So that's that. Oh, I have this big, when he saw my back, the physical therapist, he says, uh-oh. He took a photo, showed me. My spine has a huge hump. It's not a dowager's hump. It's not up at the neck. It's between my shoulder blades, that space there. That's the part of my upper mid back that is really hurting me terribly to try to cut vegetables or stand at a counter or just stand in one place at all. So he says, this is a big problem you've got. And this could be what is, Lovey, no, honey, come on. Could be what is causing the issue with my arm, and we don't know what, or it's the neck, or both. Maybe it's all connected somehow. Something might be getting pinched in there from that big hump. My spine itself, the bone, it just was like a big hump right in the middle there. And I know it came from slouch sitting, then typing, reaching forward with my arms typing, and or reading, holding a book out to read that way, because I just can't sit up more straight like I tried later then with the hard wedge pillow behind me because it hurts too much. hurts my lumbar, and then that was radiating to my kidneys. So this is getting to be, God is moving this thing, moving me in a direction. Oh, I didn't show you this out here. I planted this. It's a, oh, now I had the name, this right here. Planted this here. I gotta stake it, but it'll bloom out bigger than that. And they stay on for quite a while. So this thing here, I got it when it was like this color, but then in the summer it turned like emerald green. So I hope it will stay bright gold. It was supposed to. We'll find out. If not, then it just does that. Then it just turns emerald in summer and then gets gold again in the rest of the year. But see how that Picea abies pendula aurea over there is showing more gold on it. Of course, there's new growth, but just with some of the branching that was too much shade for it, it's helping it. Oh, that's a pretty one there, just how that's cupped. It's like a chalice, isn't it? It's like a chalice with the priest's hands below holding it, two hands holding up the chalice. So I have communion right here, spiritual communion right now. That golden one over on the other side got so huge, I didn't want it to. I like this one here, and how the green underlay, see? But that gold one over there, I didn't want something so big. It's over there in the Padre Pio section. But we'll see. Anyway, so it's the back and the memory thing, the brain. And I was glad that the pharmacist knew immediately and told me, no, it's not the medicine, it's your pain. And I know it's going to get worse, so I have to think now in terms of, I think, oh, Lovey just wants to sniff back here. I guess it's good he's not scared. He was scared before of this. That hemlock, moonfrost hemlock, I'm going to try it there, although it might have too much moisture. I'll build that up. I'll build the soil up and get it up. But that will remain all winter then if it stays healthy. If it shows signs that with conifers, which hemlocks are technically, once they start to die, there's no bringing them back. And that's just how it is with conifers. So if they're too dry or too wet, once they start, one little branch or just the ends or something, and you think, oh, I got to give it some water, too late. See, like that. I don't know why that little holly, it's a very, very rare little holly. It's just done, it's bright green, but it's very slow growing, very rare. I got it for free from that friend, but nothing changed. It was there for 3-4 years, and boom, just something this winter just made a change in it. They get sick too, like us. They can get a disease or get tired. If something doesn't appeal to them, and I think I mentioned with my eldest daughter that you don't cut. I didn't cut her off. I let her know, though, that I was wanting a healthy relationship and a two-way, done with the one-way, one-sided, and that I'm here for her. I love her family, always have, always will, and for her to let me know. But I know nothing of my granddaughters. I don't get answers. It's too upsetting. And I'm sending the graduation card. I'm sending the same amount of cash I gave the grandson. I got her a birthday card, and we'll send this plate that my husband had given me. It was the only gift that I was given. for a Mother's Day, or when a child was born. Even I didn't get anything when she was born, but a year later, for the first Mother's Day, he gave me this beautiful plate by Decker. It's a Madonna and Child, but it doesn't look like that. She won't recognize that, I don't think. That it's really a type, Art Deco, a Madonna and Child. But it was the loveliest and the only gift that he gave me that wasn't coerced, or I had to tell him I'd like this. And then in the marriage, I would sometimes say, oh, I'd really like this for my birthday or for Christmas, and he wouldn't get it. He wouldn't get me anything. It's just, I think I take a lot from people until I wake up and realize that they don't like me, and this is dumb to keep doing it, and it's not healthy for me then. This is it'll be more golden sunlight that I think I'll plant in back. And maybe bring that other one up and put it there, and then put this angel falls over where the holly, dying holly, or it's not dying, it just never was healthy looking. It was a risk. I mean, it was just a temporary stopgap for the neighbor guy who was voyeuring me in a bad way, sick, and then saying things to me that were perverse, which I don't appreciate and don't need. So this is Angel Falls, that weeper. It's a white pine. Picea aves, Angel Falls. Maybe just leave this here, and I don't know. Or would that look good back with the holly? But I don't know how this is going to go. I mean, if it's going to, of course I can pinch it off. It's very slow growing. Let's leave it there. I'll have one, that Phillips golden tears will get tall and skinny. The maple will be tall and skinny, of course. This I can keep however I want. This little, I'm going to keep it narrow and upright. That wispy, dusty blue. And then of course there's the arbovita, the gold, I think it's called lime gold or something. Is it argon? Whatever. You see it there. But I don't know. This weeping angel falls would look nice here. I had tried one a couple of years ago and it died right away. I don't know why it did out here. That's why I'm thinking maybe try the other location. And if, it was that other one, that funky tree. I'll put it out here, right about where Angel Falls is, because it's very slow growing, and it will always be spiky and skinny, and then that can be moved or something else, and that's a good idea. That's what I'll do. That Cedrus deodora, the blue Cedrus deodora, and I'll put this gold one, this Aureum, has a special name, this Cedrus does, that is Gold Horizon. I'll put that out in back. That's good. That's good. Do I need a gold out here instead? Well, I have Phillips gold there, and I've got that gold thing in the ground, and this is luminous, so we're good. We're good. Okay. Got that planned. So Gregory of Narek, we're on to him, off of me, and my little news of health things, which are reality therapy. I haven't done work today. I've been trying to do videos and trying to get a grip on my back and the arm. So, it's Gregory of Narek is 11th century Armenian lyrical mystical poet, His Book of Lamentations is actually a book of prayers, and I'm going to get it. My longtime girlfriend had sent me an Amazon gift card for just the amount that it will be. I'll have to pay the $3 shipping or whatever it is, but oh no, I think I won't, because I think it's 10% off or something right now, so I think it'll cover everything, tax and shipping. But it's his most famous work, still around, extant, other than the Song of Songs, his view of the Song of Songs, his writing of that. But this Book of Lamentations, this poetry and prayer poems, intrigue me because throughout the centuries, different saints and doctors of the church and people who read it, even people of his own time period or shortly after, who read those prayers, and even now, because it's the one book besides the Bible that the Armenian Christians read daily, have in their homes and read daily, this Book of Lamentations. So it's considered to be healing, has a mystical and miraculous healing power to it, healing of the inner, of the soul, and some even think bodily too. But if I can just keep my soul, my mind, my intellect, my will, and my heart healed, I'll be able to get through whatever is coming of more and more pain and debilitation from it and loss of brain function, etc. Not that I will, just be, I don't think I'll totally lose everything, but I can tell a vast decline in the last year even. So of the mind, the memory, and it's not my head injury when I can't think of a word. That was rare after the head injury back in 2018, July 10th of 2018. And so I can tell the difference. If it's a word, if I can see the letter of it in my inner sight, it'll come within a minute or two. But otherwise, it's the pain with the foggy memory, and then definitely these memory blocks of whole time periods and chunks, and of reading, not remembering what I read. So with the poetry, I'm hoping it will inspire me, because I want to write poetry. And he was known, John Paul II declared him the Virgin Mary's poet, beloved poet. He wrote poems to her. That's what I want to do. I'm not going to, I'm not a rosary prayer. I did that for several years, but I'm certified in clinical hypnotherapy, and I know that repetitive, quiet, peaceful, meditative repetitions can self-induce a hypnotic trance state, and I'm not opposed to that. I think that's great. I just don't, it's not enough for me. My pain is too great, and the repetition is not me. As you can look at my yard, am I a repetitive person? I don't think so. It's not natural to me. And I know that Mary is a very unique woman and a unique mother. But all mothers, whether they're unique or not, are just common like me, and failure like me, failed mother. We have an instinct of love for our children, and we want them to be themselves. I accept my daughter as she is, and I accept that I've hurt her in ways that she won't express, and that I've apologized for just guessing things or whatever, asking forgiveness, and she can't do that yet. So, and she was very hurt when I moved near the other daughter, even though I explained to her that was strictly my selfishness of falling in love with a beautiful island and the intrigue and wanting to get away from all the horrible things that I'd been through in the church back in the Midwest, and the injuries and all from my when I would have the ecstasies, which are not trances at all. I know the difference. So I'm not so we'll just see what happens. Doggies, we're gonna go in. You're getting a little too rough. My arm can't do it. My shoulder can't hold you. Be pulled on. So that's the deal. There's my Sacred Heart. He needs to be repainted. Doesn't have to be. These are the stones that are going to go on the front of the house. This is my I love this. This is very old. This was hanging in my elementary school. The rich young ruler and Jesus telling him what he needs to do. I have lots of beautiful old art, new art. We'll show you some. This is my subfloor here. This is the other floor that will be in here. And we're going to go out here. We're going to look for some paintings to see if I've got them. Hope I'm not making you dizzy. Oh, here. This, you've all seen this, but this is I like that. The one with the Mary holding Jesus. I don't know if you can't see it. I don't want to pull it out because I might pull this mirror down. But here, this is my friend back in the Midwest who's an artist. Well, her husband is the artist. He did a rendition of the Song of Songs in art. His name is Art even, but isn't that beautiful? Jesus over there, Jesus with his beloved right there, swarthy. That's me, that's Jesus. Then the Garden of Eden there. And this was the picture of Pope Benedict when my spiritual father, somebody had given him this, so he gave it to me for Christmas. I'm going to take him out. Sorry, Pope Benedict, your photo's gone out. And I'm going to put this in here because I don't have a frame. I don't want to buy one at this point. Whoopsies. Oh, it's okay, doggies. I wanted to show you, I got this at a Carthusian monastery outside of Florence in my miracle trip when I was praying for my mother. And it was a miracle I got there, and a miracle, and it was hilarious. The priest on the trip, he was a stinker. He was doing all to discourage me and saying I couldn't get there, and I knew I was to go. But there's St. Bruno and his vision of the Virgin Mary there. St. Bruno, the Carthusian. So that's what I got there in that monastery, or the charter house. But they'd opened it up to people, which Carthusians don't, but it was in need of money, so that's how I got in back in 2003. So we'll head back out. I have this is my mess. This is the dresser that my great-great-grandfather built, and all by hand, even those things, and all the way it's constructed is, and even he'd put the locks in, but we don't have the key anymore. But this is my altar area here. It's messy. My crucifix and my Hummel figures of Flight into Egypt. You have them there. Oh, there. I made this when I was in third grade. Well, it was the summer before my third grade year. In Sunday school, well, in vacation Bible school, it has a little cross. We made little boxes with tiles, and I put a cross on mine. I always liked stuff like, everything was religious to me, even when I was little. Everything. My eldest daughter and her husband gave me this. Yeah, I guess I can drop this if it fell once, but this was early on after I was Catholic. They were early on married. And so I don't understand I think my moving to that island and they thinking that I favored her sister did it. And it was rude the way I'd fallen in love with that island. And then also I thought that I could more easily get pain meds out there than Indiana. Whoops, I said my state. It's Indiana. You probably figured it out. These are things I'm trying to sell that were my daughter's. Gotta take photos and sell them, but I finished painting the doors and get those hung. I got work to do here, lots of work, as you can tell. Maybe I'll get it done, maybe I won't, we'll see. I think I need stronger pain meds if I'm gonna keep making, I got this is getting done, my bathroom here, but get that, I did that, see, I tore all this out because they only had like a 3-foot little space here, and that was just all empty in the corner. I thought, what? Who would have just an empty space? Look at the extra foot. I had an extra 13 inches. So it opened up this bathroom, and I put planking up because, and even in here, planking in the ceiling, because the workers, people, drywallers, sheetrockers, were charging me, and I'd ask to see photos of their work, and it was bad work. So I went ahead and I had to tear out because I need to get new wiring and lights up there. So I ended up doing all those ceilings myself. Oh, I didn't show you the laundry room. It's nice.